first time ever I can say good morning.
Oh my God, I know. Is it a good morning though? Like I was just reading back. I honestly literally just took a screenshot of your text, your series of texts this morning because I felt that. Like I think everybody in the world can feel that kind of morning. Like you're having one of those mornings, like not like the kind of morning that like is like crazy in the sense that like someone's hurt or
right.
It's like, something big, but it's one of those like all the little things.
Well, yeah. And of course, I get up early and you expect to get all these things done. Well, Kaya woke me up this morning saying, Mommy, I'm hungry. It was like 5:50. I was like, Kaya, when the sun comes out, I'll get you breakfast.
Have you seen the I don't know if this will work for her right now because she's too young. She's young, and the way your house is set up, and of course, because she's sleeping all crazy because Halloween or whatever. But
right.
They have these lights where, like, they turn green, like red, yellow, and green or whatever, like with the sun, or you can set it for certain times, I think. But like, they're not allowed to like get up and come get you till their clock has like the right color and green.
That's hilarious. Yeah, she doesn't care. She's stubborn.
No.
But it was crazy because like I worked both jobs yesterday. So I worked all day and all night last night. And I got to bed at like, I think I fell asleep at midnight finally when I could unwind my brain. And then I get up at 6 and then it's like all I wanted was Dunkin' coffee this morning and a breakfast bagel sandwich. And Kaya wanted an egg sandwich. So fine, whatever. So I'm at Dunkin'. It's like 15 minutes in the drive-through. I'm stopped, right? But I'm early. I'm early for daycare. It's like 7:45.
So you're
so
like, you're like, we're going to start off the morning. Okay.
Right.
Look, she's hungry.
Yep.
We're up early. I'm in the mood for Dunkin'. Let's get everybody Dunkin'. Let's have a Wednesday. Let's let's start off this day. Let's just do that. It'll be easier. Don't have to make anything, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Right. So I pull up to I pull up to the drive-through window or, whatever. And I was like, pick up for Alexis. And he's like, I don't have that here. And then I was like, oh my God, it dawned on me. I put it at the wrong Dunkin'.
You didn't realize you put it at the wrong one?
No.
How are you there? Oh.
I was in the drive-through. I was sitting for 15 minutes in the drive-through by the time I got up there.
Oh, that's even worse.
Right. So I didn't want to cancel my order or anything. Like it was ready at the other Dunkin', which was 10 minutes away. I was like, I'm getting my... Right. I mean, there's like Dunkins all over Annapolis.
Right.
But like,
not the one right across the street from Kaya's.
Right. Not that one. That's when I was at. Right. And so I was like, well, it looks like I'm going to the other one on Riva Road. It's not even, it's 10 minutes with traffic. So then that line was long. I mean, literally, I waited for Dunkin' for like 40 minutes. I could have gone to a restaurant, sat down, had a meal. Anyways, so
40-minute Dunkin' Donuts run.
Like, I just need my coffee if I'm going to talk about Kody. I can't do it tired.
God, I know.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And then Kaya's screaming the whole time, Mommy, I want egg sandwich. I know it's coming.
You're like, no, baby, I know. So does Mommy.
I know.
So does Mommy.
And then she's in the phase where all she does is talk. She'll ask me questions constantly, which is great.
I've never stopped. Like, that will not stop.
The other day she asked me what fog was. I'm like 2.5 years old. Mommy, fog. Because I was telling her, she said smoke. I said, no, that's fog. Mommy, what's fog? I'm like, Jesus Christ. I need a meteorologist here.
I remember when I think it was baby stepfrauded. Obviously not when she was Kaya's age, because I didn't know her that old when she was that young, but I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 9, maybe. And she was in this phase where she was just asking all of these questions all the time about stuff. And it was clearly like, she wasn't asking because she was really interested in what it was. She was just asking to have something to talk about, to like be involved in the conversation, which like I get, like from a child wanting to be with, involved in the parents' conversation perspective, like, she wanted to be involved, right?
Yeah.
So she's asking questions. That's only, she's like 7, 8. She doesn't know how to like, smartly get involved in conversation. So she would ask these questions. Just, it doesn't matter what it was. She would just ask, and she'd hear you talking about something. She would ask and ask. So we, you do it as a parent. You explain it, blah, blah, blah,
right,
blah, blah. But then like, at some point we got to this point where we're like, okay. And we would explain it. And then we would turn around and ask her exactly what we just told her. to see if she was even listening. And she's not, because she's not even listening. It was like the only thing she like asking a question about what something was like the only way she could be involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
And I was a very inquisitive child. I want to know things. And the fact that she's
apparently I was too, my mom said. That's all I did.
The fact that she's asking, I think, is great because
definitely.
She's not afraid to, ask, these things, and she's, wants to be involved. And I'm all for wanting to help those things, right? Mm-hmm. But like, come on, like I'm about explaining these things to her, but like, okay, but I'd be like, okay, fog is, and you like explain the general concept of it.
And then I started throwing out big words just to see what I was like, precipitation.
Yeah. and she's like, but they did.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what I was talking about. I was just like throwing out like water in the air. Precipitation. Mm-hmm. I don't even know. Honestly, don't at me, people. I don't know. But it was just really funny.
Doesn't matter. It was a 7 a.m. conversation with Kaya about weather. Come on.
And I was driving. I couldn't use Google, right? Like, what did our parents do when we asked all these questions? They just made stuff up, I guess.
Yeah, and we carried it with us for the rest of our lives.
Right. Like if you turned on the light in the car while your parent was driving, in the dark, you'd crash and die. It was a fact that somebody else would, crash and die.
I was told that your belly button keeps your butt screwed on.
Oh, really? That's an interesting one. Okay.
Yeah, well, see, and my dad's a scientist. So when he told us stuff, we believed it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then, like, I knew, because I was his child, to ask questions, again, back to the kids asking questions, like that didn't make sense to me. So I went into my brain trying to, like, my little pea brain of a 5-year-old or however old I was, trying to figure out how the belly button literally screws to keep your butt on.
Well, that's because you're intelligent. You're already thinking outside of the box at 5 years old.
I'm just trying to figure out my world around me,
You know what they need to bring back the show? They need to bring back Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh,
remember that show with what's his face? The dude from
Jeff
Blue Collar.
Foxworthy.
Yes. That's a great show.
Yeah, there was those are the days though. That reminds me of like when like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and like all these things. And I don't know, maybe I don't know how long ago it was, maybe 20 years ago, maybe more. I don't know, but like where before the age of streaming, like maybe there were DVDs and stuff and you could rent movies and stuff, but like before there was content anywhere, anytime, on any device, anything you wanted, right? Mm-hmm. Before that was a thing, you were sort of like, you had to just watch TV, whatever was on, or if you were lucky enough to have a VCR and record it, because this was before like DVRs, right?
And I was going to say, look, you have to hold your bladder if you have to go pee-pee if you want to watch your show, because you can't pause.
You had to wait till the commercials and things like that. Like, I think that that might be why Baby Stepfraud wonders why I watch commercials sometimes on TV. Well, sometimes it's because I'm watching live TV,
Yeah.
And I watch a lot of news, a lot of stuff like that. Plus, that's just the way that I grew up. So even if I'm watching something recorded, and this full circle comes back to watching Sister Wives, this will bring us back. So I group watch Sister Wives with Melissa and Natasha. The three of us watch it. And we usually try to watch it either, depending on the scheduling, we usually watch it sometime like Monday morning, because 10 o'clock Sunday night is really late for us to watch it together.
It is late to focus on
it. And we generally, sometimes we will do both, but because I'll rewatch it again before you and I record Monday nights. Often and there's been a lot happening on the episode, so it's been needing to be rewatched. But we watch it from our DVRs, we don't watch it on the Max app, right? Which means we record it. Although Natasha is so funny, she has a TiVo. So if any of you guys, there's a name.
Oh my God, they still exist?
She has a TiVo. She has one.
Wow.
I don't know. Cool. I don't know if it's like how old it is, or if it's like she got the upgrade. I don't know, because I got a TiVo. Baby daddy gave me one when baby Frauded was born. We got a TV and a TiVo because it was like, oh, if you're going to be up watching TV, it was like they were brand new at the time, because that was 2003, right? So that was like,
oh my God, it was only 2003.
I know.
I feel like it was like
that's
in the
why
90s.
That's why I'm like, it had to have been more than 20 years ago. Then I'm like, shit, 20 years ago, was when my kid was born. So no, it would have had to have been a lot longer ago than that. Yeah. My kid was born 20 years ago. Jesus. But like, so we watch Sister Wives and like we get to the commercials and half the time we don't fast forward through them because we use the commercial break to go to the bathroom and get snacks and stuff because we're all Gen Xers who grew up that way. Yeah. And back when you watch things like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or Who's Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, when they were on in primetime TV at night, because if you wanted to watch content, that's when you watched it. Mm-hmm. That's it. You didn't have a choice.
And if you had a sibling, you better take the remote control with you to the bathroom or else they're going to turn the TV to their channel when you leave the room for 2 seconds. I remember that.
You know, it's so funny. And how, like, I think because we use the commercial time to like kind of catch up on our chit chat and stuff like that. And it's just so funny how we're so old school when it comes to that. Yeah. The fast forwarding and like YouTube. That's why I don't like watching a lot of stuff on YouTube because you always have these commercials you gotta, click through and stuff. I learned a new term from my husband who works in TV, and broadcasting. There's lean forward TV and lean back TV. Have you heard this?
No.
So something like where you're passive and you're just watching it and you let the commercials happen and whatever, like that's lean back TV. You don't want to work. Okay. Mm-hmm. And lean forward TV is the kind that like YouTube where you hit a commercial, you hit it and you skip it and you move on. I don't like having to do that. I will obviously, but it's not my preference. Because I'm a Gen Xer. I grew up lean back TV. That's my preference.
I'm lean forward all the way.
That's because and I think that, and obviously my kid is a lean forward. And so
I just have zero patience. I have zero patience. That's why even like when we were recording Below Deck at night, and I would say, okay, I'm going to start watching it in 30 minutes. It's just because I hate waiting for commercials. I'd rather wait till it catches up and then fast forward.
Right. Right. It's just so funny because like that's what you grew up with, right? When baby stepbrother started watching TV and stuff like on his own, as a teenager or whatever, it was YouTube and things like that. So that's just what he grew up with. That's what he's used to. Whereas my comfort, if I'm having comfort TV, like my emotional support background noise, which tell me you have that too, right? Well, you have Kaya, you have your emotional support background.
I like silence. Silence is my emotional support.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't sleep with the TV on. I can't or anything.
Yeah, I don't generally do that, but I'd like to have the TV on in the background a lot for if I'm not if I'm focused on writing or work, different. Anyway, all that to say, lean back TV, sometimes fast forward through the commercials while watching Sister Wives, and here we are at Sister Wives.
Episode 8, season 18, the writing is on the wall. All right. Previously, we see Janelle telling Kody that she wants to remain separated. And Kody says it's because she couldn't manage relationships with her sister wives. Like, huh? And then Robin says...
The flashback, yeah.
Right. And Robin says Kody is going to do what he's going to do. And Meri says it's sad that seeing Kody going downhill. And we see Janelle and Christine having a conversation at dinner. And Janelle saying that a weight has been lifted off of her shoulders over her and Kody not speaking, and that she has not cried over it. So that was the recap. How awkward was this conversation with Meri and Robin and Kody in the kitchen?
I think it was funny. So yeah, so Meri wants to tell Kody her big decision. She's not leaving him, but she is moving her quote unquote business up to the B&B. But she wants Robin with her as the translator because she speaks Kody and Kody speaks Robin. And I totally get that. Like when they said that, I'm like, I totally get it because I'm that person amongst my friends. Mm-hmm. I'm generally the translator, interpreter. So I get that. I totally get how that is something, and that makes sense because Kody being what he is, he's not tuned into Meri at all. Nope. He's not gonna like get anything that she's saying. She needs Robin.
Not only is he not tuned in, he said, I don't know why Meri is calling me to come over. He doesn't even know why she wants him over.
I know. It's like, okay.
Then he walks in, he's like, hey, Meri, how's it going? I was like, oh God, this is so fake.
Yeah.
And of course, Meri doesn't think that he's going to care, which we all know he doesn't. And then
oh, go ahead.
No, Kody wants to sit at the end of the table. He's like, it was weird. He's like, I don't want to sit in the middle. I want to sit at the end.
Right. Well, and he says his like, I'm trying to be a good man, well, I don't want to be all lovey with Robin in front of Meri. And I get that from conceptually, but that's not like, that's he's so focused on that. He's said that multiple times this season. And he's so focused on that. And it's like, that's not really what the issue is. Like, that ship is long sailed, Kody. If you're still hung up on that, like, you are stuck 10 years ago.
Well, and then Meri made a good point when she said that when she's in a good place, was in a good place with Kody, she didn't care if he showed other wives affection because she was secure in herself and the relationship. But when she's not in a good relationship with him, then she feels insecure when she sees him showing affection to the other wives, which of course that makes perfect sense.
I think they all say, they have all said that at some level throughout the series. I mean,
right. And then he says, Meri and I don't have a marriage. I should make up a bunch of quotes that he said over the years about him and Meri's relationship, because it's just like over and over. Right. Then we see Kody saying, yeah, I think things are good. And Robin's like, no, things are not good. Things are not good with the family. That just goes to show how completely out of, what do you call it? Just delusional Kody is.
Well, and Kody's standards for what's acceptable and what's not are different than each of his wives or ex-wives, because for him, it's totally fine to be in a relationship like he had with Janelle, because it's fine for him. He doesn't care how happy she really is, because he doesn't have the same kind of love for her that he has for like Robin or that, whatever, and so,
yeah. And Kody says that Robin is the only one he has a relationship with and that everyone else is leaving and is gone. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. Obviously. He finally said it though. Like, he said it. Robin is the only one I have a relationship with. At least he's
But yet he still wants to be married to Janelle. He doesn't want Janelle to leave him, even though he doesn't have a relationship with her. Again, he doesn't, his standards, he's perfectly fine having the relationship that he has with Janelle, doing whatever. He just expects them to do their thing and take whatever it is he's giving. And he doesn't seem to understand that they want something more than what they have with him. And while it's perfectly okay with him, it's not okay with them.
Right. Because he thinks what he's giving them is great. Because he really is delusional. Yeah. Well, Meri tells Kody finally that she's going to a smaller place and moving her business. And he says, cool, that's good, with absolutely no care in the world. And Robin in her interview was like, please say the right thing, Kody. Please give her something to hang on to. I'm like, no, this is the worst advice I've ever heard. How about turn to your friend Meri and say, get out now. Save yourself. You deserve better. People.
They're so bad. Like, this is so bad. Like, they're so bad for so many reasons. But Kody and Robin, for shit like this, is even worse, because they're imposing their, Robin, oh, I don't want to be selfish or whatever. I want to tell her to go be free, but I need her here. No, you don't need her here. You need her to be there for when you have every 6 months, when you decide you have a issue you want to talk to a sister wife about, you want her to be there.
Yeah. Or Robin should be not only encouraging Meri to leave, she should be encouraging Kody to end it with Meri. Like, hey, I won't be mad at you. Because remember later on he goes to say that I don't want them feeling like I abandoned them, because he wants to look good. So if he, if Robin were to step up and say, hey, this isn't working, obviously, like, cut your losses.
Be a good person and let her go. Like, stop giving her hope to hang on to when you really have no romantic desires to ever try to get back together.
Yeah. And if she really wanted to live plural marriage like she's saying, then why not encourage him to find somebody else, somebody new that hasn't all this baggage and hatred? I mean, it's just like, But she's not encouraging him to do that.
Nope.
I thought about that. I was like, well, if she really wants plural marriage, she's like, this isn't what I signed up for. Well, then why don't you go court somebody or whatever?
Right.
Go find him away.
Go find somebody, Ramen. You go find somebody, because Kody doesn't love these women, other women. These women don't love him, and they're realizing that that's not a good place to have a marriage, and they're deciding to leave. And you're sitting there going, well, it's perfectly fine. What's wrong? Why won't you stay and fight? And because there's nothing to fight for anymore. This is what you want to fight for. You want to fight to have a relationship where, and I'm not even talking the polygamy aspect of it. I'm just talking the personal, where he treats them like shit when he does see them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not okay.
Nope. Well, then Meri goes on to notice Kody's ring, and she's distracted by it.
The ring he's wearing on his ring finger,
right where the Claddagh ring used to be. And Robin just kind of nonchalantly under her breath was like, it's a cool ring, like trying to be weird about it.
Yeah.
Which makes me think she bought it for him.
Such a big fucking deal about this stupid ring.
Right.
I was like, and I couldn't even get a good glimpse of it, but it looked to be just like a, I don't know, sort of a normal grandpa looking ring.
I didn't even really look, to be honest.
It wasn't very, there wasn't like, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe there was something to it. Maybe there's, I don't know.
Well, Meri was like, if you didn't want me to see it, don't wear it to my house.
And it's a big ring, and it's clearly very different than the Claddagh rings.
Right.
So it's noticeable. Yeah. She's right there.
But then she goes,
can we talk about the and we'll get back to it. The stupid wall art that Meri has.
I didn't even notice. I was so busy typing up all these damn quotes that these people were throwing at me. Okay. I wasn't looking in the background.
Well, that's why there's two of us. You do. You write the quotes, and I write. I notice the things like the stupid wall art, and where she's like talking about the writings on the wall, and right next to her head is a wall hanging with writing on it, and I just thought it was the funniest fucking
What
thing.
did it say?
I couldn't read it. I need to rewatch it and get a better shot of it. I'll probably rewatch it like over the weekend or something when they do like the More to Love, and I put on my emotional support background noise.
Yeah.
When I get tired of hearing the world news stuff, when it angers me too much. And then because that's usually my background noise, is the news, is like the my MSNBC.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, I mean, obviously this is not, I'm not outing myself. I'm very clear about where my politics lie. Like I lean left of Marx. I mean, I think people know that.
Well, when I said it wasn't good, I just meant news in general can be
yeah.
No matter what you're listening to.
Yeah. I like listening to there's certain aspects and certain shows on MSNBC that I really like to have on when it's certain topics. There's, a lot of legal topics when they're talking about all these various, like all the Trump legal stuff. I like listening to that because of all of the really nuanced legal stuff that's happening with it. As a lawyer, it's really cool to hear all these things. You've got federal cases, you've got state cases, you've got RICO, you've got things overlapping, you've got people trying to remove stuff. All of that from a legal nerd perspective, I get very into.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
So I'm listening. I like to have it all in that. And then anyway, doesn't matter. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, Fraudcasters. I'm here again talking about my Nutrafol. I use it. I love it. And you should use it too. Did you know that hair thinning will happen to approximately 1 in 2 women? If you're among them, know that you're not alone. Thinning is completely normal, and Nutrafol helps women address it from within with science-backed supplements. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve visible thickness and strength. From postpartum to menopause to plant-based lifestyles, and no matter your life stage, Nutrafol has 4 unique formulas to support women. Each is physician formulated using drug-free, science-backed ingredients, so you will get the most reliable results. Go to Nutrafol.com to take their hair health wellness quiz. Identify causes of your thinning hair, and Nutrafol will give you a personalized plan for better hair growth through their whole body health approach. Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting root causes of thinning: stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, lifestyle, metabolism, through whole body health. Nutrafol is now available in a vegan formula. Their newest supplement is formulated for women ages 18 plus with plant-based lifestyles who are experiencing signs of hair thinning. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after taking Nutrafol Women's Hair Growth Supplement for 6 months. Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code FRAUD. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code FRAUD. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code FRAUD. Hey, Fraudcasters. With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. School's back in session, you're running around all over the place. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Relish the best of autumn with fall flavors. They're limited time only hearty comfort meals featuring seasonal veggies, meals like cranberry pecan chicken and apple Dijon pork chops, which, by the way, I just had for dinner tonight. Fantastic. Ready in just 2 minutes, they'll satisfy your fall cravings during the busy season without the hassle. You can even level up with gourmet plus options prepared to perfection by chefs ready to eat in record time. Treat yourself to the upscale meals with premium ingredients like broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus. Head to factormeals.com/fraudcast50 and use code fraudcast50 to get 50% off. That's fraudcast50 at factormeals.com/fraudcast50 to get 50% off. Hey, Fraudcasters. You guys already know that I love my Skims. It all started with their Fits Everybody collection, which is the softest underwear ever, and my favorite, the Fits Everybody t-shirt bra, which I now have in multiple colors. I was seeing their cotton loungewear all over my feed, so I had to see for myself what the hype was about. I am an absolute sucker for a good cotton, soft loungewear set, and let me tell you, these did not disappoint. They are the cutest, most flattering sets you will find ever. Skims is creating the next generation of loungewear for every body. I am currently wearing my most favorite from this collection, which is the boxers and the tank top in this beautiful kyanite color. This is so soft, and especially in the summer and with me and my MS and always being hot, this cotton is so nice and cool against my skin. I just love it. It's this great fabric, and I'm absolutely just in love with this new cotton collection. This is Skims' most tagged collection. It is made with a classic cotton fabric for the most comfortable everyday wear. It's made from ultra soft and natural fibers. The cotton collection features elevated lounge pieces designed for comfort indoors or outside. Whoever said loungewear was only for inside the house hasn't tried Skims. Available in sizes double extra small up to size 4X. So believe the hype. Skims has over 100,000 5-star reviews for a reason. The cotton collection and more are available now at skims.com. Plus, you get free shipping on orders over $75. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and select our show, The Fraudcast, in the drop-down menu that follows.
So,
throwing a drink is easy, but you know what's even easier? Getting a drink delivered with Drizzly, your go-to app for alcohol delivery. With Drizzly, you can shop local stores and compare prices on your favorite drinks or their least favorite drinks. Drama. Then get them delivered to your door. No drama, no table flipping, no accusation-filled reunions. Just a tailored shopping experience for whatever occasion you're shopping for. From birthdays to weddings to have a piece of bread, maybe you'll calm down a little parties. So save time shopping and get back to sipping the fanciest champagne while watching accusation-filled reunions. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 or over and not available in all locations.
We then see Christine saying that Garrison bought a house in Flagstaff, so they're all going to go look at it. And
do you remember one of the reasons why Janelle was telling Kody, like, because Kody was so like, I want to kick the boys out. I want to kick the boys out. They're adults. Go make them.
she said they want to save money for down payment.
Exactly.
Yep.
He was trying to buy a house. Like, I don't want him paying rent and all that stuff.
Which is so smart in this economy and with everything like to have a, to be lucky enough to have parents that are willing to let you stay there while you save money for a down payment. It's not like he's being a loser, not working or not doing anything. Right. He was working and saving money.
Was Garrison the one that joined the army, or was that the Gabe?
Oh, wait, no. I don't remember.
Anyway.
I don't know. I can't. Everything is blurry.
Oh, Peyton. That was Peyton, maybe? Peyton did. That's Christine's kid. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
So Christine said that Gwendolyn is moving in with them, with Garrison and Gabriel. And Gwendolyn is politically different than them. So this could go, one of two ways. And that there's going to be multiple dogs or animals, I should say. And they're siblings. So if they fight, who knows what's going to happen.
But Garrison was wanting to like drop leases and stuff for that.
Oh, yeah.
So brilliant. So brilliant. Oh, yeah. Like, I get it. Like, I wonder how that worked out.
He's definitely Janelle's son. He's definitely like,
I know, right? The business. That's so funny. I wonder how long that lasted before it imploded, because, Janelle's boys, they talked about, they touched on this briefly, right? They said politically different. That was the only thing that they said. But what that means is like, Gwen is bisexual, super liberal. And let's just say Janelle's boys are not that. Janelle's boys would not be caught dead with MSNBC on in the background. Let's just say that. So politically different is a very nice way of saying, I think, what. But so it'd be interesting to see how that played out. I mean, because considering what we're watching on TV is like over a year old.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep. Well, then Gabriel goes on to say that each individual mom is doing a good job keeping their families together, and that he has a lot of hope that they can still have a warm place for each other throughout all of this. So, he just confirmed that, yes, the families have been completely divided for a long period of time. Right. And that the moms are doing their own things with each family.
And which we all know. The moms are doing a great job. Mm-hmm. He loves all the moms. Moms are all doing great jobs individually, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then we got cut back to Kody, Meri, and Robin, Sob and Robin. Kody says that the more time that Meri spends at the B&B, the more it's her safe space. I'm like, okay, what is he talking about?
Their overuse of the word, it's not safe to have this conversation. Like, I remember Christine saying that once, like last season or the season before, and Kody has said it several times each season. And, it's like one of his little trigger words that he uses, that and gaslighting and whatever else.
Loyalty.
Respect.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever else he talks about. COVID rules, patriarchy. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Then Kody goes on to say he's not trying to act like they're getting back to the marriage, and he thinks he sees the writing on the wall and is waiting for her to catch up.
Oh, the writing on the wall. Yeah.
Right.
Just look around Meri's house. It's there.
Talk about lack of communication. Like, why are you sitting back and waiting? Take control and tell her that you don't want it.
I know. He's just sitting there waiting for her to say, she's leaving. She's leaving.
Yeah. Well, then Kody tells a story. I wasn't even listening. It wasn't important, about something that happened 5-6 years ago with Meri. And Robin said, wow, he remembers something from that long ago. You wouldn't remember something like that if it was about somebody that wasn't important in your life. So she must still be important to him.
She is so delusional.
Delulu.
The fact that he has a good memory of Meri does not mean he still wants to be with her.
In fact, it was probably a bad memory of her that is stuck with him. Whatever it was probably annoying to him. And that's why it stuck with him.
Yeah, I know, right? And then it switched in his mind or whatever. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But yes, I agree. 100%. I thought there was so much that was happening in this episode. I was just like,
I know. I took so many word for word notes just because these quotes are just crazy. Yeah. So then Robin goes on to say that you have to be around. This is your wife. And Kody's like, I don't need that kind of pressure from you. Like, what pressure? You married her.
I don't need that kind of pressure from you. Okay. All right. Sure, Code.
Yeah.
Good job, Code. All right.
And Robin said, Meri's hanging on and there's so little left. She wants to show her that there's still some hope, but Kody isn't helping her with that. Well, yeah, because there is no hope. So,
right. And Kody just wants her to stick around because the longer she sticks around, she gets money for filming and she funnels all of her money into the Kody Brown Family Trust, whatever. Because they all get paid, but because of their family structure, it all gets lumped together in their family money.
This is how many seasons? 18 now. I don't know how much they're making, but you would think that they would, between all of them, make enough to pay off Coyote Pass. And if they can't make that much money,
buying motorbikes and hot tubs and things like that for the house that Robin and Kody live in, that giant ass house, the mortgage on that giant ass house that Meri's living in that she doesn't need.
Right.
Janelle's college apartment, tiny little college apartment, they're paying that. Like they have to pay for all these things and they're not choosing to prioritize paying off the land, which is something that Janelle said several episodes ago. She's like, I know what this looks like. I know we can prioritize where to put the money, but they're not prioritizing it for the property. So what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Oh, they need a business manager for the family. Honestly.
I think that was Janelle.
Okay, well, they need somebody else that will actually Kody will listen to.
Nobody.
I know, right? So then Christine and Janelle are talking, and she said, "Why not move on and not plant roots if the relationship with Kody isn't great?" Oh, that she wasn't talking to Janelle, but about Janelle.
Right.
Which we kind of knew.
Yeah.
And then Christine goes on to talk about Kody not calling anyone that stayed at the rental on Christmas Day. So we know that Janelle and Christine's families were at the rental together, and Kody didn't call anyone.
Any of them on Christmas.
Nope.
Half of his family, more than half of his family is there, his kids. And he doesn't, because he wants to be insulated from bad with just his happy little family. Fuck off. Fuck all the way off, Kody.
And Gabriel said that him and Garrison are at odds with Kody because he was met with a wall and there was no line of dialogue, which I can see with Kody because it's his way or no way.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he gaslights and just acts like a complete tool. There is
and operates under a different set of facts. So again, I go back to that. If you're not operating from the same set of basic factual understanding, you can't come together because you're operating from two different points of view.
Yeah. And then something that Christine said, which I didn't know, was that she said that her kids are used to Kody not being in their lives and that Kody spent more time with Janelle's kids. So that, I don't think that really had ever come out, that Kody had really not even spent as much time with Christine's kids in general over Janelle's. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And maybe it's because of their age staggering or whatever, because they've always talked about how Christine watched both sets of kids, right? She was the one who stayed home with Janelle and Christine's kids, and while Janelle went and worked, and Kody fucked off and did whatever, because she's always like, I need help putting the kids to bed. That was always sort of their arrangement. So I just assumed it was all the kids, you know what I mean? But maybe maybe their age staggering was such that it was sort of different.
Yeah. Janelle said that she's worried about her kids' mental health because Gabriel feels everything deeply and doesn't express it. And Garrison seems angrier or sadder and isn't his happy-go-lucky self. And Christine even said it's more devastating for them, Janelle's kids, than her kids, because I guess her kids are just used to it, which is horrible.
Yeah. Her kids are used to not having their dad around, whereas Janelle's boys are like, they felt it. They felt his absence when Robin came into the family and he started separating himself from his other kids. They felt it acutely. It sounds like, yeah.
Then we get into this hilarious conversation that is like a middle school conversation between Robin, Meri, and Kody, where Robin says, "Are you going to address the concern? Blah, blah, blah." And Meri's like, "I don't want to address it. It's fine. I don't want to address it." And Robin's
tell him.
You should address the concern. So then Meri goes, This does not mean I'm leaving the family or you. It really is purely a business thing. And she wants to make that clear to Kody that she's not leaving him. And Kody's response in his interview was like, okay, good on you, Meri. It actually has no effect on me.
I was waiting for him to be like, well, you should move.
And he kind of did, though. He kind of did, like, oh, that, you know, he did
indirectly by suggesting all these other options for her, like living above the garage that he wants to build for his cars. Like, talk about basement wife. Remember basement wife?
Yes, it's now garage wife.
Yeah, or garage dominium. What did he call it? A barn dominium?
Yeah, barndominium. I have to look at
that he wants to put for his cars, and then an afterthought for Meri, which explains where she is in his life. She's always the afterthought. And then he suggests her, like, do you want to live in the RV on the property? Like, Janelle was the only one who wanted to be in the RV. We had this whole discussion when she got it, because nobody else wanted to be in an RV. Why would you ask that? Stupid ass question. And if Janelle, who likes the RV, didn't want to be in it over the winter and got this small ass college ass apartment, then why the fuck would Meri want to live in it?
Exactly. Well, Robin said the house is sentimental to Meri, that B&B. And Kody's like, I'm not complaining about the B&B. I'm just wondering what she's doing. Because in his mind, he's like, well, why is she living there? Like, what is she doing there, basically?
Yeah, what's it about the house?
Right.
His business sense is so, like, I hesitate even using those words in the same sentence, because he doesn't, I feel like he doesn't have any business sense. And I've felt this for years. Whenever they are buying houses or property, I'm like, none of this makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. And Kody is saying, move into the house and use it more, which in my mind, he's saying, like, go away and leave us alone.
Go.
Yeah. And then she goes on to say, hey, I'm getting a smaller house in Flagstaff, but I'll still live in Flagstaff or whatever.
That just doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah.
Like, why, you guys, why?
I don't know. Then Kody's like, she's taking up a room that's supposed to be, like, rented out or whatever.
Oh, right. That's right.
And then
he didn't want her taking up a room that could be making money from.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know why he cares. My mom was using that space and clearly she's not using it anymore. So why can't I?
Because he wants all the money that comes in from it to go to the Brown Family Trust.
Yeah. And then Meri says she does not want to live back in Utah. And she doesn't want to think she's walking away. He doesn't want him to think she's walking away because she still has hope. I'm like, oh my God.
Now, I had posted this on my Facebook or on my Instagram, the little video of her saying, I'm not leaving Kody and I'm not leaving the family. And the reason why I did it, I posted it because, she's so adamant about this. She said it repeatedly and all these things. And I had a couple of people comment, but we know she left him. So why are you posting old news? First of all, fuck all the way off if you can't tell the nuance in my fucking post about the sarcasm that was involved in it, you guys. Right. Like, if you've been following me and you think that I was, like, serious about that, like, no, I was posting it. You obviously don't know my sense of humor. If you've been following me this long, like, if you don't get that, then why are you following me? Because that's, like, what I do, right? But it was because she'd been saying it over and over. So every time she says it, I'll record it and I post it. I'm like, she's not leaving, you guys. She wants everybody to know. Yes, they put out a statement later saying they talked about it and they're ending their marriage relationship. I know that statement. I know the People statement that came out. I also know that they retracted that statement. So we also don't know what was behind it. We don't know, like, did they actually split up? I'd like to think that that's in fact true.
I hope for her sake.
But how it went down on that, I don't believe a single word of how it went down as described in that press release.
And that was like so
it together and this and that. No, like I don't believe that's how it went down. I believe it was something much more icky and sinister. And in any case, yes, I know the statement. I'm just putting that out there.
Yep.
The point is, she's so adamant about taking up all these houses and space and all this just for her, which is stupid. And
she said she wanted him to care and he didn't care at all. I'm like, well, yeah, no shit, he doesn't care.
Doesn't care. Expectations there, like, what was it? Expectations are just premeditated resentments, right? Like you set this expectation of him, especially when she knows, like you know how he is. You know he doesn't care about you. You saying this and wanting him to care isn't going to make him care.
It's not going to change it.
All you're doing is setting your own self up for this resentment against him for not caring when you put yourself in that position. So you need to like she needs to not do that. She needs to accept who he is. That's what she needs to do. Is accept who he is and that he doesn't love her.
Yeah, well, Kody says Robin is being an advocate on Kody getting back with Meri. And then, quote, Kody says, I'm afraid if I abandon these women, then she will lose respect for me, end quote. That is him talking about Robin losing respect for him for leaving his wives.
Giving up.
Yes, this is insane. Insanity, I tell you. Yeah. Christine goes on to say that she thinks Janelle still loves Kody and still wants to be with him. But then Janelle says she doesn't foresee Kody and her working out the relationship and that she's a realist and it doesn't look good.
Yeah, she does say that if he reverted back to who he was, like basically like she would consider staying with him. She does love that. She loves that. She loved him, their marriage, whatever it was before he changed. And so she's trying to say like, look, if he like snaps out of this, basically, I would consider, because I do love that. Yeah. But I don't love who he is now, and I'm not okay with this. So I don't foresee that happening. And I thought she's a freaking smart. She's so
and it, just in her, like the way she was feeling in her body, like the things that she said, a weight's being lifted off my shoulders. Yes. I didn't cry. Like, even if you're not even mentally processing something, you're physically feeling free.
Yes.
So that tells
a sign. You so much.
Right. Kody says that Meri doesn't know what she wants, but he says that he's been guessing what she wants for 30 something years. And I'm like, I'm so confused again.
Are you trying to say that you've never known her? I mean, you may never have loved her the way that you love Robin, but you didn't know that until you met Robin. But I wouldn't say that your entire marriage was a sham like that. I don't know.
Kody. Then we kind of talked about, asking Meri if she would live in an RV. And then he's like, Janelle had dogs in it. That was great. Like, it's just you, Robin, or just you, Meri.
Yeah, she had dogs in Savannah. Like, it's just one person versus like, and he was like 5, as if he's there. If he was there, he never stayed there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right. And then Robin says she still sees hope because Meri is still part of Kody's future after Kody was trying to give her options.
He sees her still out on the land.
Yeah.
In a barndominium above his car.
I literally wrote Robin is Delulu. Robin is Delulu.
Robin's Delulu.
Barndominium. We need to put out like quotes, like words that Kody says, like barndominium, sacred loyalty,
loneliness, sacred loneliness.
I meant, oh my God, Charles. There are people who
I heard that's probably the same people that just walked by my house. I heard my dogs too. Kody's the Kodyisms, the barndominium. I just thought like that's where he like if you thought Basement Wife was bad, like Barndominium Bride is probably
I don't know what's worse. I really don't, because it's like she compared it to being stowed away with your things that you don't look at or you play with and or whatever use. You
Meri,
put things like that in a garage.
Exactly, Meri. Now listen to yourself and think about it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, she said extra stuff that you don't want to deal with.
That's how
you put away
you in his life, Meri. Okay.
So Kody says, I think the writing is on the wall and it's been obvious to me. I get so much resistance when I talk to her. And if she wants to live in this denial, I can live in it with her, which is cruel. Like, what do you mean that you've been getting so much resistance? And no, stand up, be a man and tell her what's up.
His resistance that he's talking about is when I suggest going to live in the barndominium and she's like, no.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
That's what he considers resistance.
Well, then Kody's talking about Janelle later on. He says he sees potential with him and Janelle, and they need to unwind the past and figure out what their relationship is now. So they are going on a date. Yes.
Her birthday. Yeah.
Her birthday date. Yeah. So he got her a reservation at the hard to get into Mariposa restaurant, which is like a Latin American influence, whatever restaurant.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
And so what did I do, Katrina?
You immediately went on Open Table and got yourself a reservation for Friday night for 2.
I did. I tried. I didn't hit submit though, people, but I did. The options were open to get a reservation.
You should have made one and put it for Kody and Robin Brown. And then wait for them to see what happens. No.
Yeah, right. And so, because they were like, oh, it's so hard to get a reservation there. Wow. So, but I did look it up. It was like a top-rated romantic restaurant in the area, which is cool.
But he's also taken Robin there.
Yeah,
yeah. Reddit don't sleep, y'all. Reddit found it. They went.
Yep. It's just so funny how he was like, it's so hard to get.
He was magic, Kody, making this happen because she wanted it. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I thought it was like nice at first, and she thought it was nice at first, but then she probably looked at it back and was like, nice to be able to go to that place, but
yeah.
In retrospect, I mean, at the time in the car when he was like, yeah, and and she's like, oh, I'd love to go to like Mariposa, and he's like, yeah, oh, that's great, like on a surface level, but when you look at it behind, it's not that hard. He's taking Robin there. Like,
yeah. And he said he made this reservation to give him an edge into reconciliation, but there are just blocks everywhere. I guess like he thinks she's putting up blocks because she's being open, honest, and communicating.
I know, right? God forbid that's a block.
Yeah.
She's not willing to put up with your shit anymore.
Exactly. And Janelle goes on to say, we are just different people now. He is wrapped up with the kids at her house, meaning Robin. I'm looking for a relationship where I'm equally considered.
Right.
That's not too much to ask. In fact, that's very basic.
I feel like that's the very basic. Yeah.
That's like the lowest of low of basic necessity.
That's your minimum, guys. That's your floor.
Yeah. Well, they decided to turn the cameras off and not actually show them having dinner. And they didn't want it to be intrusive, which I feel like Janelle does this a lot. She doesn't want a lot to be shown, which is why I'm surprised at how much we have seen with her.
Yeah, because she has she cut off the camera after their fight, but we did see that glimpse of her, which we never get to see.
Nope.
And she's mentioning these things, and it's like you realize how much she has not shown. Well, you realize that a lot with these last season and this season, all the things they're talking about, like things that we've assumed and guessed and extrapolated from what we have seen on TV, and they're saying all the other parts, like, no, like this, it's even worse behind the scenes, like what they're not showing.
And I feel like when I talked about the weight being lifted off the shoulders and everything, she said that she slipped her hand into his at dinner and it just didn't feel right anymore, so she took it away. That's literally your body rejecting somebody's energy. Like, you don't even want them to touch you.
And she says that right after Kody's like, I'm hoping to get laid. Like, I mean, he didn't use those words, but basically he did.
To reconcile,
and maybe, think whatever. He used some words or whatever, but it was basically like, oh, maybe we're gonna, and yeah. And she was like, I went to go reach Suzanne, and nope. Yeah, but you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, your body, right? Your body knows.
Kody and his perfect abs and sculpted whatever said, I want to feel like I'm a person to her and not an object.
Sculpted abs. Look at my abs.
An object? Like, what is he? He's Delulu.
He is Delulu.
Like, she's not looking at him as an object at all. Whatsoever. In fact, if any of the wives would be looking at him like an object, she would not be the first one. Like, she's way more intellectual.
Way too practical and intellectual for that to be a thing for her.
How does he not know this after this many years? I don't get it.
Because he's Delulu.
Yep. Well, the next time we see Robin texting apparently she was texting the kids about how they don't respect her as a mother, because that's what Gwendolyn and the other kids were saying. And Gwendolyn said it still hurts. And Mykelti is still hanging out with Kody and Robin, and she's still warm to them apparently.
Right.
So.
Well, McKelty had that special relationship with Robin, so that makes sense. And everybody's okay with that. Like,
right.
The moms are okay. They're like, that's great. Like, have your independent relationships. That's great. That's how we raised you, you know?
Right. Yep. So I'm interested to hear more about what we don't know about that text thread. We know it was bad, but we don't know the details of it yet.
You don't know how and where it went bad, but this is the preview, right? They show the kids talking about this massive text thread, Secret Santa amongst the kids that were going to do it. And that Robin came in and blew up the whole thing and ruined Christmas, right? Like, we're going to get more details. Yeah, we're going to get more details about it. And I cannot wait because we've been talking about this. We want to see these texts. We want to see what happened and how bad it is. And they're good talking about it now. So I'm
surprised Gwendolyn didn't really scream, because you said that she's been doing that Patreon or whatever.
She's been doing her Patreon where she was reacting to episodes last season. I don't know if she's still doing it. And again, this is where I need crowdsourcing help of listeners, is people who watch like the TikTok and things like that, like to help me gather that information, because it's hard for me
because I feel like she would have, or I don't know, if she's gonna talk about certain things, it'd be interesting if she had shown some of the text messages that Robin had sent them. I want to see so bad.
Maybe they're saving them and we're gonna get them.
Oh my god, I hope so. Oh, let me see this crazy woman.
I want to see at least parts of it. I want to see.
She puts on a good show for everyone. You know,
I don't even know if it's
that's not a good show, but I'm saying, like,
yeah, she puts on a show.
She plays victim, right? Yes. But we all know that there's more behind.
Well, yeah, I mean, we see what she's doing. I mean, she's telling Meri there's hope with her and Kody. She's telling Kody to tell Meri there's hope when everybody knows there is no hope. I mean, that's just outright cruel and manipulative and selfish.
Very selfish.
So like what she's doing behind the scenes, what she's saying on these text threads, which it was the kids that were organizing this thing about they've always done their Secret Santa or whatever it is. Like, let them have their thing, Robin. It's not about you, Robin.
Yeah.
My first sponsor would say, it's not about you, Katrina. All the time. It's not about you.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. So I am excited. There was a lot to this episode, and I will end up going back and rewatching it because I do feel I didn't get a double watch this time, but I will get another one, I'm sure. Can we just talk for 1 second? The news broke this weekend where Christine got married.
Yay, Christine got married. And she looked beautiful.
Gorgeous. That wedding looks beautiful. I had a little bit of a chit chat with the wedding planner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So apparently I had reposted the People magazine post, or the TLC. I think it was a TLC post. It was a TLC People magazine exclusive thing, right? So they put out a little thing, and I reposted that, and she looks gorgeous and stuff. And the wedding planner commented on the post saying this was so fun to plan or something.
Oh,
very clearly. Now, I mean, I've been in this online troll game forever, right? Like, somebody doesn't post that under my post without doing it on purpose to get people to, oh, you're the wedding planner, to reach out to you, right? To engage. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. You want to write my motion today for me? Because
I do my best work in the morning when my brain works.
That's true.
Yeah.
I need to go. I have to go finish this motion. But yeah, so like clearly they wanted to engage. So I reached out and I said, oh my God, it's beautiful. Can you tell me any details? I understand, you probably can't, but if there's anything that you can say about like the family or anything that was there any fun stories, details, just little things? And she was like, no, but the People magazine will be doing a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, be on the lookout. So maybe after that comes out, I can get some more, like,
some juicy gossip.
Yeah. All the details about the wedding. I mean, like, she looked gorgeous, all of this stuff, and all that, the details, but I'm more interested in details about the family dynamics, like who was there, what happened, like, were all the kids there? I mean, obviously Kody's not going to be there, and Robin's kids, were they there? That's the kind of stuff that I want to know from the wedding planner.
Oh yeah.
So I'm hoping that she'll spill the beans, but not likely. they're usually way too good for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. She wants to keep her job and reputation and not.
Right. So yeah, so I'm excited for more details of that. I'm excited about this text thread, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's all we got. I have to go to the bathroom. Are you like poking my like the voodoo doll you have of me? Are you needling?
Not currently.
The stomach.
I'm kidding.
The Katrina voodoo doll you have of me, because I poop.
Yay!
Girl,
good.
Poop.
That's good. That's what you needed.
Are you like the Pavlov's dog just talking to you? Like, did you
start pooping? Did
you hypnotize me so that when I hear your voice, my bladder automatically goes, okay, she's my bladder, not my bladder. Colon.
Yeah.
Goes, okay, time to
large
poop.
intestine. Yeah.
I don't poop, you guys, and Lexi's been treating me for that. Well, that on top of everything else. So that's why we're talking about it. That's one of the things you treat me for. So
yes.
Anyway, I'm gonna go poop. You're welcome. Bye.